Wednesday start. As a coach, I'm sure you love the extra practice time, but some of the guys have talked about wanting to get things going. How do you see the extra time you have here?
I think it helps us get that extra day or two. Coming back from Nashville the next day was a long day, so I think that this extra day helps. But that helps because given a couple guys, most of the guys 2 days off, I thought the pace was really good today.
Rick, I asked the guys one simple question. I got two different answers. If there's one thing you cannot do against the Oilers, what is it? Z said, turn the puck over. Elias said, take penalties. What's your answer to that? What's the one thing you can't do against them?
Both.
That's it.
Yeah. I might have a third one too, but no. No, I think every coach says that, but especially against this team, they're incredible in the power play, and they feed off turnovers. So I mean, those are two things we have to be good at.
How tough is that? I mean, you did take some penalties in the last round. Your PK was great, but you've got a defense that likes to step up and be physical. Is it tough to manage that line?
Yeah, no, I want us to be aggressive. I think for the most part, I think we play a disciplined game. I mean, we had some troubles this year at certain moments. We had some stick penalties and things like that. We've gotten better at it. But we definitely have to be disciplined against this team. But that doesn't mean you back off, and we have to play aggressive. I mean, the refs have been good. I think the refs have been really good. So they want us to play too, I hope.
Z talked about the fact there was a lot of excitement with a bunch of guys, first playoff series, and maybe some running around. But he thinks that it's a little more calm now, and the guys are kind of settled into being in playoffs. Do you see it that way? Has it got a different feel now?
Yeah, there's a couple of individuals I thought got better as the series went on. Felt more comfortable. Even their demeanor around the rink, I could see they were back to normal. So I think some guys were really tight the first couple of games, and they played tight. And I thought as the series went on, so hopefully this, obviously it's another level. I mean, we're going to have to find another level as a team, and the players have to. But I think the calmness of knowing what to expect, the loud crowd and the pressure of playing, I think they're handling it a little bit better. It's more experience, right?
Your captain is all about the here and now. What did you learn about him last series?
Obviously he took some big hits early, and I thought he didn't really waver. He just kept on going ahead. I love Huggy's. He's a very even keel guy. We won that one game, had a couple assists. I couldn't tell the next day we won or lost. He's just I think as a captain, he's really learned to be even keel.
You talked about numerous times in the last series about guys moving their feet, getting their feet going, and I think that applied to Petey. How much do you think this series, when you're playing a team like the Oilers, even though you're going to want to stay in your structure, can maybe bring him back to what we saw before when he's at his best?
Yeah, obviously it's a mindset, and there's a lot of physical stuff, but you have to know before you get the puck what you want to do, especially against Edmonton. And if you don't move your feet and you throw blind passes, you're dead against Edmonton. So moving your feet will open up options. It'll make the other team defend. It might make the other team take a penalty. So, you got to move your feet, and you got to know what you want to do with the puck before you get it.
When it comes to slowing McDavid down off the rush, how much of it starts with your forecheck and maybe disrupting their breakout so you can't get a chance to wind up in the first place?
Yeah, I mean, let's face it, the best defense is having the puck. So we'd like to hold on pucks. That's why you can't. That's why you got to move your feet. That's why you got to win battles. You got to keep the puck. You can't throw pucks away. You can't stand still. They thrive on that stuff. You got to make them stop and play defense. If they like playing on the move, and if even a shot down the wing, a bad angle shot, missing the net, is not a good play. That's why I know around here a lot of everybody always talks about shots, but if it's not a good shot, don't take it. I don't care about the shot clock. I mean, I want to keep the puck. You throw a puck at the net, a high, hard one, it goes wide. McDavid just picks up puck and is gone. So that's a strategy for us. Is you cannot throw stupid shots at the net and basically miss the net. I'm not saying don't throw the puck at the net. I'm saying don't miss the net.
You want to stay in your defensive structure, but against the Oilers, 13 goals in a series is probably not going to get it done. You probably need a little bit more offensively. So how do you balance that to be, being able to play that way in this series but still maintain your defense?
Well, I think in the playoffs, every game's different. Every series is different. So, I don't know. The last series is gone. It's a different style of team. Everybody gets to re-rack. So yeah, I mean, obviously we want to score more goals, but as much as everybody wants to say about Nashville shots and all that stuff, we didn't give them much, and we won in 6. So it's a new team, and we'll see what happens in the first game.
You said re-rack for Petey. Is that a
I think it's
term you can
everybody.
use with him?
I think everybody starts at zeros again. And for the guys that had a good series, have that confidence to even go, and the guys that maybe didn't feel they had a good series, it's like I said, everybody starts zero. So I mean, there's always stories out there every game. Every game is different. Somebody scores a game, maybe hasn't had a good game, but it scores a game winner the next, the first game, or whatever. It lightens you up for the next game.
You talked about strong games and confidence. I don't know if you're going to tell us, but I'm going to ask anyways. Archer's played so well for you on Friday, 3 appearances. Do you continue to go with the hot hand? I mean, I don't know how you don't do that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, there's questions that we'll talk about, but like I said, we don't make decisions till tomorrow late afternoon. So that's when we'll make a decision.
Does the last game in Edmonton have an impact where DeSmith was very good in a 3-1 win, which was probably a better read on the season series?
Well, it's good to have 2 guys that could, I mean, obviously Smitty had a great game against Edmonton. He had a great game. It was a game 2 against Nashville. So we got capable goalies here.
Rick, with a player like McDavid, do you just trust in your kind of same defensive structure? Do you have to make special concessions? And if so, how do you balance making those special concessions while still keeping what you've been successful with?
Yeah, I think coaching against them last 5-6 years, knowing some tendencies helps, but we can't change our whole defense system for McDavid. But there are things that we could do to combat him. But listen, he's going to get his looks. Hopefully, we can contain some of his looks, but. There's nobody better in the league through the neutral zone. I mean, if you backward skate or you take a bad angle, you're dead. So I think we have to be real disciplined on our angles and the way we handle him.
With all the focus on him and their power play,
Yeah.
how much better do they defend now, though, under Knobloch over the second half or 2/3 of the season? Do you see a difference?
Well, I just see a team they've obviously gelled their last 50, 60 games. They play as 5-man units. Obviously, they defend really well, but they have the puck a lot, so that's a reason why they defend really well. And I think they have a balanced team. I think their 4th line, 3rd line are capable lines. They're good. They have a lot of good depth, and I think Knobloch's done an unreal job. I don't think he overplays McDavid during the regular season. I mean, there are some games he plays 20, 21 minutes, and I think that helped that team. I think he did a hell of a job.
As much as you talk about shots and
Yeah.
Nashville, do you feel like you got back to your game quality-wise the last 2, got some traction? I think it was double-digit high danger by some of the proprietary numbers. Do you feel like you sort of got back to that?
I felt we did because I thought some guys were moving their feet a little bit better. I really do. For whatever reason, was it nerves? Was it, not trusting things and playing it safe? I don't know. But I thought that game, we had a little bit more motion. There was a little bit more aggressiveness with the puck.